Hello. Hey.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello.
Yes, everyone's coming on. We have a couple hellos. We're truly generating some traffic at an announcement time. We want everyone to welcome Jennifer Rose, Shannon Tay,
Woohoo!
and friend
Woohoo!
Pearce, known as Fairy Friend today. I love it. Fantastic. Hello, everybody. Please say hello to everyone coming on in. Michelle, Heidi, we have
Jess is
Stephanie.
here. Michael Christopher. There's our girl Nancy. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
We're ready for some fairy fabulous fun and more. Hi, Jennifer McCormick. Good to see you all. Hey.
And then we have T. Lynn up
I
top.
Hi, T Lynn.
Hello, hello. Thank you for all the support, everybody, and continue to come in and say hi. Everyone's sending so much love. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
that's what today's supposed to be, fun, 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 and the essence of this show, messages from the Enchanted Realms. And that is going to be
Hi,
a
Mark
once a
John.
month show. Hey, Mark John, with all these wonderful ladies. And they're going to be doing messages from
woo!
like the fairies, angelic realm. Really, it's a place to uplift and to help heal and to give good vibes. And we need that. We definitely need that. So I'm really blessed to have all these women stepping up, offering their skills and talents to you. And that's going to be on Saturdays at 2 o'clock going
I
forward.
think
So
it's
we're making
2:30.
Oh,
I think it's
2:30, that's
2:30.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate you. This is true. At 2:30 Pacific Standard Time, and please check us out. Our next debut show with them is going to be in about 3 weeks. Okay, and so that's gonna be like March 16th, I believe. So we're getting everything keyed up and geared up. And today is us talking to you and also the hosts. And we're going to do a couple of readings, I think, too, today. What do you say, ladies? Yes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
Sure.
think that's perfect. I think we're March 15th because it's a Saturday.
March 15th.
Yeah,
See,
March 15th at 2:30. I just double checked just to make sure. Hi, Vivian.
I was
Aloha.
wondering about that. I was wondering about that. I had to get it from memory because
It's not
yes.
like you don't have anything going on, Kelly, with
Uh,
all these new shows and that's what we're here
it,
for to help each other.
we're we're
Hi,
we're we're coming
Karen.
all together, but truly, this is a passion project, and they're like, okay, we have to be in the energy of 222. We're putting the intentional foundation on. I'm like, okay, all right. But it's good. It's great. It's in the spirit of like the mischief and the fun and the fairy
Yes.
realm and please tell me about that. So I want to go to Fran and Shannon and Jennifer. Please share with me what inspired you to work with the fairy realm and why you're
Frolic.
doing this.
It's frolic with the fairies. I don't know if I'm supposed to go first, but see, that's part of it. That that's part of it. Suddenly one just jumps out and lets everything come out of their mouth. And that's when the fairies take over. And that's what I usually do. It's just delightful and it's fun and you never know what's going to come out. And that's when you know the fairies are there. And it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for this opportunity because it's so much fun for me. It's so enlightening and it's so healing for me. And I get to be an absolute silly goose, which is what I love best. I think it's the core of me, but little did I know all along that the core of me was a fairy. And I do believe it. And have you ever met people you just suddenly really like? I have noticed lately that the people I suddenly really like are very fairy like. They just rather do their thing. They don't mind being silly. They flit about just a little bit. And hello fairyland, So we're a family, and that's all I have to say at the moment. Thank you.
Love it. Please, Shannon, I'd love to hear about how you connect with fairies and what it means to you.
Yeah, well, as you can tell, our fairy queen Fran was definitely the inspiration for this. The amount of joy and delight that all of us get from her fairy messages and how popular her fairy messages are. We decided to create an event around to celebrate the fairy realm. And for me, fairies will pop up from time to time in people's readings. And their messages really are, they're filled with so much light, so much happiness, so much joy, the amount of playfulness. And so that reminder to, depending, no matter what anyone's going through, that those fairies showing up and reminding people to get out in nature, reminding people of their playful nature, reminding people how attractive they are to the fairy realm when they're in their playful, spirited nature. And for me, it was later in life that I realized that I could see and connect with fairies. And it's even in doing more and more of this work that I learned more about the fairy realm just from getting to know other people's fairies. And I'll just add that in addition to fairies and this sort of enchanted realm, we sometimes pick up angels or dragons or gnomes, that there are all sorts of creatures that Fran might have been our anchor and the inspiration from the fairy realm, but we've had all sorts of enchanted creatures and beings show up to give messages and support us.
Angels and fairies and gnomes. Woohoo!
And dragons.
Yeah.
Dragons and it's like the elemental realm, and it's fascinating to hear about and to feel into that. So Jennifer, what is your experience with the fairies and the enchanted realms?
Yeah, thank you. And well, it started off as we did a couple of fun shows just for fun. I know we did a dragon show, and then we did a fairy show, and it was just so well received, and it was so uplifting. It really raised the vibe, especially like the second half of last year, which was kind of heavy for a lot of people. And it was so well received that people wanted more, and we're like, hey, we're thinking about doing this on a regular basis. And it was like, yes. And we're like, okay, so let's make it happen. And so I have been so happy to be friends with these lovely ladies, and with the fairies, and I know Shannon has a special connection with the angels as well. Has done a lot of angel readings, and I have this funny little talent of channeling their dragons' names, like if it comes to me, and so we have all this little fun, and but the connection with the angelic realm and with the nature spirits, this goes into, the elementals as well, even the trees and the flowers, like anything is possible. And what's beautiful is that we all have a childlike spirit in us. And it's part of our, very pure and innocent heart too, but there's also wisdom there too. And if we can tap into that, we really get to the magic, and the spirit world in all of its realms and dimensions is magical. It's very symbolic. It's very playful. It's very imaginative. And so when we get in touch with that, it opens up all possibilities. And so that's why in mediumship, the more we can be open to how spirit wants to show itself, the more gifts can be given to us, and the more we can connect these two multidimensional worlds. If those phrases go together, then we can really accomplish a lot. And I've met so many beautiful people along this journey that feel very connected with nature and nature spirits. And if we can kind of like bring that alive for people once a month, like I'm all for it. So I'm very excited how this has all moved forward. And I know spirit has given its blessing for all of us. So thank you for hosting it on the Sacred Spiral Network, Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much.
Thank you. Thank you for coming and doing this with me. We need quality, open-hearted people sharing their gifts. So it's an honor to have all of you on. Thank you so much as well. Thank you. There's actually some comments too about elementals and gardens. We can pull it up in a second if you'd like to dig into the questions and comments and go wherever naturally you want to go. We are magical beings operating in a magical world. That's a great way to open up the show and the future show we'll be having. I love it. Love that, Jennifer, and your energy is amazing. You know that I need these chit chats for my sanity in this insane world. It's so true. It's
Thank
so
you,
true.
Heidi.
Mhm. I love this. I think I'm gonna. So Jennifer, I'll have you read this as I pop this out on screen, because I want Shannon's face to be seen as we're reading this comment. So
Okay.
I'm gonna task you. All right. So I'm gonna put it. It's gonna cover. I think it's gonna cover Fran too. All right. So
Okay.
I'm gonna pop this up, and then I'm gonna have you.
All good. I can even shift. There we go.
I don't see. Look here.
All right.
Mark John, I love this comment. I love what you said here.
All right. I saw an elemental energy in my garden, saw me looking, it saw me looking at it and came into my house. The energy in my house changed from peaceful to unbalanced, and I helped it back out the house with love. And even though I'm aware of it in the garden, I feel safe with it, like it's protecting my garden and house. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful.
Love it. That's beautiful. Lucky you, Mark John.
I know. I know. That is very magical too. What do you think, Shannon?
Well, and it speaks to your connection with the elementals and that realm, right? Like, so many of us, Mark, don't actually understand the magic that's going on and the magic that we have access to. And so in part, that was an acknowledgement of your connection and your understanding of all of the unseen for most people and what's happening. And I think you're exactly right. I get the sense that it loves being in your garden. It loves keeping an eye on your house. And that whole, commotion was just a little bit extra to make sure that you knew that it is in fact out there, that you've got that relationship. And, we talk about winks from the universe in terms of synchronicities and serendipity that we might experience. That was a nice little wink from your elemental that lives outside and loves and appreciates you and loves being in your presence. So what a really fun experience. It might not have been all fun, but what a fun experience, even to be able to share that with us here today.
There was that magical moment of, holy moly, you see me. Holy moly, I see you. Everyone just freezes for a moment. We see each other, and God, that's the secret. That
so
isn't
cool.
even a secret, is how we really are all here. There is this magical other world, and we are their magical other world, kind of. Although I think they get to see more of us because, they have the ability to kind of go. They don't have the denseness of the world we live in, but they don't have to. They don't have to work so hard to make it through and achieve the achievements we have to do.
It's really, yeah.
They make life lighter for us, and thank them for that. I would like to share a story that kind of goes along with what Mark did, just in the feeling of the elements that are there. And one, I don't think I've told this, but there was a tree in my yard that the HOA takes care of, and during a storm it was blown mostly down. Could have been saved, but they decided to dig it out, and it just kind of was heartbreaking to me. And I had always loved that tree. I had watched ducks and birds find shade in there and have their little naps in there, underneath the leaves and the branches, and I just loved it. And I was so touched by it being cut down, and I just went outside and I talked to it, and I told it I loved it so much and thanked it for being there and for all it meant, which I just kind of shared with y'all. And honestly, I just felt this breeze from the tree, this, and more than that, this energy from the tree, and it all went through me. It wasn't the life chills you get. It was, I could feel it come from there and then through me. And it was just beautiful. And I thought, that's more of what's going on all the time that we're just unaware of how alive and intersected we all are. We just don't realize it. Won't it be fun to keep on realizing more and more?
Yes, it
I do.
will. Yeah, go ahead, Kelly.
Yes, please. I was going to say, yes, I want to hear more about that with all of you, with your experiences from uh, the earth and trees and plants and flowers and other beings, because it's a whole nother world. And it's very fascinating because psychics and mediums who are very energy sensitive, they have real associations with some of these energies, and they have even like an understanding of who's in their garden or who's around in different forests and in different areas. So I love hearing this perspective. I really do.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly, too. Yeah, I want to say hi to everyone who's joined too. Melinda's here as well. So I want to give a shout out to our girl, Melinda. She's going to be on Sunday service tomorrow as our guest medium. So y'all don't want to miss that. So we're very excited to have, and our two Jades, we've got Jade Springmeyer and Jade Henshaw has come in too, and Tracy's here too, and Debbie. I just wanted to say hi, and Arnie. I know, so a bunch of people joined, so I just want to make sure I got to say hi to all of our friends, and thanks for being here with us too. And hi, Vladimir. We're doing well. We're actually quite giddy and happy and excited. For me, I just know when that energy is present, I get very giggly and silly. And it's a really fun place to have that giggly, playful sense that comes. And so it's like, that's a good litmus that something is present too. And then I know if I'm feeling kind of like a little bit bold and empowered, or feeling like I need a little help kind of like moving forward with some energy, that's where like the dragon energy might come in for me too, because it comes in a little bit protective, but giving strength to me as well. And it was so fun when one time, this was a couple years ago, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a dragon here. And I heard the name and I looked it up and I was like, wow, I never knew I had one. So that was a lot of fun too. And I think it's just the more open we can be to whatever's there. And like Melinda was saying, just to like believe in the magical and mystical stardust, like Heidi is showing us right now too, that it can really make our lives and worlds and so much more fun and so much better, just to kind of like raise that frequency, because it is a very like earthy yet high frequency. Would you agree, ladies?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. To echo Jennifer, I think one of the first times I came across fairies, because I didn't grow up thinking that this realm was even real, right? Like I did not. I thought it was fantasy and make believe, which was lovely, but I didn't actually have a connection that I realized that's what was going on. And it was actually our friend Karen Perry. It was several years ago. She reached out to me and she's like, Shannon, our dog that's goofy, right? Like she started getting us up in the middle of the night. She's like running around the house. She's rambunctious at night. We don't understand what's going on, why she's all worked up at night. And so I tapped into the situation, and I just kept hearing, I'm a sprite. And that her dog Ruby I got this little image of this little sprite riding Ruby, her big dog, like a horse, right? And so the two of them playing at night. And so, yeah, that actually was what sent me on my journey, was trying to figure out what the heck Ruby was up to. And well, she was playing with her sprite at night. And so they had a nice conversation with the sprite around playing during daylight hours. And so, and it ended up not being much of an issue for Ruby, but that sent me on my way and sent me on my journey. So that just really lovely reminder of how much magic and play and fun is out there in the world.
That's so awesome. And when we got close to Fran too, to realize Fran could channel the fairies and that fairy energy, it was just like, oh my gosh.
I want to be a sprite and ride some wonderful Maybe a dragon in the night.
Mhm.
Have you ladies ever seen fairies? Whether it's in your mind's eye or actually in an outdoor environment, or have you felt them, or how do you perceive them or hear them even?
I would say for me, it's, I mean, Shannon has the biggest, but for I will see sparks of color, and I'll say, okay, that's either nothing or something, or maybe a fairy. And then I decide it's a fairy. So, and then and I just ask that I see more and more. And I think the more I'm willing to accept that it would be a fairy, the more I will see them. Um, I asked the other day, you guys know this, but I said I would really like to see a fairy and to be as cute as Tinkerbell. And the next thing I know, I had this thought come into my mind, and it said, well, I am your fairy guide, and my name is Thinkerbell. There you go.
So perfect, Fran. So
It
perfect.
is.
Yeah. I will say that after I met Ruby's sprite, Ruby the dog sprite, I went out into the woods. I live here in Northern California, and there was a particularly magical spot, right? Like the sunlight was hitting this beautiful tree, and it was all lighting up all the field of sort of forget-me-nots that were the purplish blue periwinkle forget-me-nots that were all around the tree, and it just had that feeling of sort of sacredness and magic and lightness in the air. So I said out loud, like, all right, if you are here, fairies, show yourself to me. Like, please let me see, show yourself to me. And I stood there for a few minutes, and then all of a sudden I started seeing these little things just sort of zipping across, across in front of me. And, I'd look and try and catch it, or be able to track it to see where it would go. And I couldn't, it wasn't tracking to anything. It wasn't, as opposed to like a fly or a bug or something like that. And so this happened for about a good 20, 25 minutes while I sat there and just noticing all of this zipping going right by my face. And so now when I go out to the woods, and I think it was even actually not that long ago, because that particular patch of woods, there was a fire that had gone through there. And I made some sort of comment about just how sad the landscape was. And I heard pretty quickly, I started seeing that zipping again, and they're like, "No, we're still here, Shannon. We're this is still our home. We're still here," which is up in Point Reyes, the national seashore. But when I'm giving readings for people, what I'll see is if I'm looking at them, I'll see little wings starting to flutter around their head. So it's like the fairies will first get my attention, where I'll start to see little, fluttering and wings around somebody when I'm reading them. And 99% of the time, people are like, "Oh yeah, I know I'm connected to the fairies," right? They'll be that, like, "Oh yeah." But once in a while, it'll be someone that it's a brand new relationship for them. So yeah, that's how they show up for me and how I've seen them. Yeah.
See,
I love it. I love it.
I'm going to change my query from I want to see you to I want what Shannon gets.
It's very cool. It's very, very cool. All the little like instances. It really is. Jennifer, have you had any?
I've probably felt more than I've seen too. This is a little different, but I had a pretty amazing experience that I was out whale watching on the ocean. And so we're going back like 10 years. And there was not only a megapod of dolphins, but like an enormous, gigantic, otherworldly megapod of dolphins that were out on the water. It was a truly magical. We were all spellbound by the dolphins. And then a few of us looked out like this, and we saw this little face pop out of the water. And one of the family members I was with was like, "That's a mermaid." And I'm like, it looked like a face. It looked like a face sticking out of the water. And my mind still sometimes, questions and things like that. But it's like the day was so magical. It was like kind of like entering into a portal of a whole different frequency to have like that many dolphins. And, and I'm like, yeah.
Amazing.
It looked just like a mermaid, and it was pretty magical, and I'm still just kind of like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I've seen a lot of little flickering lights and things like that before too, and but a lot of it I just feel like, so I'm become aware. I can feel the change. I know I can see the angels when they come forth in readings for people too. I can become aware of kind of like the color and their luminescence, and their spread wings. They're probably a little bit easier for me to see, but it's fun whether you see them, whether you feel them, or you just know they're there intuitively. Like, it all matters, it all counts. And
Yeah.
if you're just open and in love with the idea of it, like, that's amazing too, you know.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think you bring up a really great point, Jennifer, right? Like that to name that, like, our relationship with this realm continues to develop and continues to evolve. That as we set our intentions around it, as we lean into it and become more and more open and trying to build our relationship, that that our experience of all of it and all of them becomes more and more robust. That it's not just a thing that you either have or you don't. That it's a relationship that continues to get built, and an understanding that we continue to develop and grow.
I love
Exactly.
that. Yes.
I do. I think there's so many unique experiences with spirit, and I love how you're bringing up not only fairies but mermaids and dragons, the angelic realm. We haven't even talked about like gnomes, and it just goes on and on and on and on. Mark John is talking about an experience, so I'm gonna bring this comment on screen. And Shannon or Fran or Jennifer, can you read this for me too as I bring this up?
Right.
Yeah,
Jenny, go
I'll
ahead.
read it out loud. Sure. I've seen angels clairvoyantly, and it's nothing like we perceive them to be. They look ferocious but powerfully protective. I think if they looked fluffy with sparkles and etc., they wouldn't give that protective. Well, and what I'll say to that, John, at least in my experience of the various angels, is that different angels actually do have different roles, and that they will have different ways of showing up for people depending on what's going on in their lives or what's needed. So you're absolutely right? When I've had my own experiences or have Archangel Michael show up for people in readings, he absolutely shows up ferocious and powerfully protective. And I will say I've also, and that's absolutely a really important dimension, especially even like our birth angels, the ones that are around to help us, protect us from leaving this earthly life too soon and stay on our life path. And I have also seen angels show up with a lot of like motherly, sort of warm and protective energy as well. That for some people, when that's what's needed, or that's the particular flavor of angel that has shown up for them, that they can span that dimension. But I really love the fact that you are building up the relationship with those protective angels, because they're fierce. They love us protectively and fiercely. So great, Mark John.
Yeah, that is great. And I have heard that before, that because we have these, like, paintings and pictures of depictions, and so we've been kind of maybe trained to expect them to look like we see in photographs and books and things and paintings and things. But I have heard from other people who've seen them clairvoyantly or had visitations that sometimes they can look more creature-like, which could be, possibly unnerving if it's going against like what your perceived, a belief of what they're supposed to look like too. And I just add that let it remind us to be open-hearted and open-minded, to try not to have judgment about what we think something should look like on the surface. And what matters is, the love and the healing that's provided too. So I'm very impressed, Mark, that you were just open and willing to see the truth of the matter, that they came in love and protection for you too. And I've also seen that, the light will disguise itself sometimes, in different ways, and it challenges us. It challenges us to see the light underneath, the perception of what we might call dark or scary or something like that. And so I love that you were able to like meet that challenge and see the deeper truth. So well done. Fran, you want to read Heidi's?
Heidi.
Yeah.
Heidi, hi Heidi. Years ago, I was in a low state and was crying with feelings so deep. I then saw my guardian angel, and she had the most amazing energy and beautiful eyes. The peace she brought.
That's beautiful.
Oh my goodness, how beautiful that you first, I think, felt her and then could see her. Tribute to your openness, even in a low state. Beautiful. And yes, of course, can you imagine, everybody, how beautifully healing and peaceful that would be? And that is, we just need to be open to it. Let it come in. Thank you.
Sometimes it's when we're at our lowest, that's when like they show up and,
Yeah.
we're like, I can't take it anymore, spirit. And I got chills with that. And that's when they show up and they're like, okay,
Woo!
lesson over, challenge done. Let's go. Let's come back up here now. So yeah, that makes me so happy for you, Heidi.
I love all the accounts like T. Lynn, Mark, Tracy, Heidi. They're all talking about their angelic experiences. Melinda, I'm going to pull this up.
Oh, look at Melinda, what she has seen.
Woo! We love you, Melinda. Leprechaun, fairy, smurfs, Jesus, little people, and many other creatures. Do you think when they are open, they show us what it is and that we see maybe as a child?
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, darling. Go ahead.
Angels as well.
Yeah. I'll jump in and I'll say absolutely, Melinda, especially you, because you have this amazing childlike spirit to you. I think the other thing I'll bring in is just what we call the clairs, right? Like everyone has their different languages and their different ways of perceiving spirit and the different realms. And I'm saying that globally, us as a heart of spirit, that some people, when their primary way of interacting is clairvoyance, that they're going to be more inclined to see things, but that's also a skill that can be developed. And sometimes, we might be more clairsentient and we might feel spirit and like feel the presence walking in the room. Or sometimes we might hear voices or hear something, or even the knocks. Jennifer is infamous for all the knocking that goes on and the way that spirit communicates with her through the knocks. So it's has a little bit to do with our openness, but also that way in which we're uniquely connected to spirit and the language that spirit connects to us through.
Yeah, I think a lot of people need encouragement with talking about, or even having a place to feel, sense, and just affirm that this is real. Like angels are real and their experiences are real, and everybody just putting that all together. It's so, so, so needed. And I love, the detail that you're going into, Shannon, to validate people with how they are experiencing. Melinda, like with the spirits I see on the wall. So Melinda, she's very sensitive.
Oh, yes.
To all this. I'm getting to know. I know she's a medium. She's going to be on For the Love of Spirit just tomorrow coming up. We'll make sure we talk about that too later on. But I didn't know she was so this helps bring it up. I didn't know she saw leprechauns, fairies, smurfs.
Yeah, she's got an objective clairvoyance, so she can see outside of her eye, not just in the internal clairvoyance, but she's got the objective clairvoyance where she can see the shadows on the wall and their shape and things like that of who they are. It's pretty cool.
It is really cool.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have known any of this unless we had these conversations, right? Like, oh, I can ask you now about kind of, this part of, of the whimsical of energetics. I love it. I love it. Heidi said, gratitude for holding space, ladies.
Right.
Absolutely. Loved Melinda. And all the love for the archangels. Michael, Raphael is my strongest angel, she says. Beautiful. It's up to you, ladies. Would you continue to like to share about your connection to these Enchanted Realms, or would you like to dive into some inspiration with doing some readings? You let me know how you'd like to work.
I think that would be a great idea to do a couple messages. Would everybody like that? I like that. Okay.
No.
Yeah, so let us know if you're open, and if you're open to receiving, please keep up with us in the comments. So you're telling us you're open means you're giving consent, and then keep up in the comments with us that you're understanding what we're saying, and that would be lovely. Does Fran or Shannon want to start?
Shannon might.
They're excited.
Sure.
They're excited. Shannon, your
Yes.
energy does feel very primed.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm sort of waiting to get some of these opens, and we'll see what we've got here.
We have a
Right,
lot of
Debbie?
opens. Debbie,
Wow.
Kayla, Heidi, Jennifer, Melinda, Jade, Vivian. I could keep going. A lot. Vladimir.
I've got an angel showing up for Heidi right away, and so since we're talking about this, the way angels, I'll see them visually, at least initially, when someone is catching my attention, as I will see a big bright light show up, behind them, and so Heidi, you lit up like a Christmas tree. So let me see if I can. Well, first off, to acknowledge that this is a birth angel that's coming through for you. And this birth angel, first off, she's coming through as female, and she's coming through as she's coming through with her sweet, sort of that mama bear, sweet, fiercely protective, but still with a lot of the divine feminine sweetness to the energy. As she's coming through, I'm noticing, first off, just the simple reminder that she's here, she's protecting you, she's with you, and she's with you at all times. And what she's acknowledging that there's some rough circumstances going on, that there's some rough circumstances that are not directly affecting you, but they're directing the people they're affecting some of the people in your life that you're close to. Because I'm noticing her being with you and protecting you, but she's sort of showing me, the people around you. And she's telling me to continue to lean on her, that she will give you the energy, the resources, the support that you need to help the people that are going through the rough time around you, to just know how supported you are. And so from that place, right, like not to be afraid to give, not to be afraid to help, that you will be supported in the giving, the helping, the giving, the helping, the supportive role that you're taking on. Sometimes we can get nervous, right? Like, oh, is this going to be too much for me? Or am I going to go, is the wave going to come crashing down on me because I have limited, time, money, resources, energy? And she's saying, no, not to worry about that, that you are going to, that you're going to have limitless support from her to do what you need to do, to support others around you. That this feels perhaps like I'm seeing an adult male around you. So like that idea of supporting the adults, the adult male, or like young adult male around you, that that we might need extra support right now. All right, I think that's good for right now. Hopefully that was helpful, Heidi. And on to the next one. Who's up next?
I'll go. I have, or may I go? Oh, hello.
Yes. I love your enthusiasm. Yes, absolutely.
Tracy McGinley. I feel so strongly for you, and this is what I see. And it's just, oh, my honey, I think that what I'm getting is perhaps you're feeling closed in. Walls are just kind of closing in. And so you're where I see you now, and it just is wonderful, is in this beautiful field of green grass and there's one of those wooden, they're called something, but these wooden fences, but all it is a couple of wooden logs, that you see on farms. I can't think of the name of it, but it's just very, very pretty, and it adds to the scenery. It's not like a fence that separates. It's just a nice fence made of wood, and you're just sitting there on the wonderful grass. You can feel its moisture, but it feels good. Ladybugs are crawling about, leaning up against that fence when you want to, or just lying down and taking in the sun. You're breathing, you're hearing the birds. You can even feel the birds come down close to you because you're letting yourself exhale all the stresses that are pushing against you. You're letting yourself exhale them, and you're breathing in this immense peace and sun joy of the universe, and it feels so good, and it's there all for you. It's this immense field. You could go there in your mind if you can't go there personally, but you could take a road trip and find that place, jump out of the car, and go lie down in the field. Along comes a horse, just walks up to you and leans down and lets you pet him. And oh my God, you feel the peace within that horse, that love. And you reach up and you just hug and you take it all in. Messages that it's all there for you. You need only to ask for the peace that you deserve and the peace that you need right now. Open yourself up to it, and it's there for you. Okay. Thank you.
You two are so fabulous. I love you both.
Back to you.
Those are such beautiful messages. I'm gonna come to Debbie, and I also wanted to Debbie Ontiveros, and I also want to say it's just nice that we're creating just a safe space where we can be in this energy, because not everyone is open to this, and so sometimes people feel shy to talk about that. They talk to the fairies or the angels, and it's like now we have like this safe container where we can just be us, be ourselves in the magic. So that makes me really happy. So Miss Debbie, for you, I pulled a mermaid card and a unicorn because you're very enchanting, and I have a dragon name for you. So the first card actually just literally flew out and onto the floor, and it's the collaboration card. It's number 12, my love. Okay. So this is about working together. Okay. And the second card is the healer card. It's the unicorn. Isn't that beautiful? And it says, you have powerful healing gifts, have faith in your abilities, and stay true to your path as a healer. Okay. So you see where we're going with this is your healing abilities, your healing essence, and your beautiful heart working in collaboration with spirit to be this beautiful channel for the world. Okay. And then I channeled your dragon's name, who wants to be called Joseph for you, which, as you know, is a very holy name too, which means he shall add, or God shall add, bringing help with the wisdom and the love, just to kind of keep reminding you of that which you are. So you have some really powerful spiritual backing on your side from these enchanting realms of reminding you who you are, but also they're celebrating, and they put this beautiful bright light around you and just kind of like nudging you forward ahead on your journey as you step more and more, because I can see the steps going up like this, more and more into your personal power as you. So please, my love, you have beautiful light around you. It's pink and it's purple and it's got little sparkles in there too. And it's part of your essence, and it shows that which you are bringing to this world. And without you in it, it wouldn't be the same. So please remember that too, as I feel spirit coming in and touching your hands, reminding you of your healing abilities, but also reminding you that you are loved. So I will leave you with that. Thank you, Debbie. I hope that was helpful for you.
Gorgeous, Jen.
Thank you.
She's giving you a unicorn. Oh, unicorn too. We can talk about that. Like it just keeps going. I'm like, oh yeah, mermaids. Oh yeah, sprites. Oh yeah. Like, a very active, involved show of what we could bring to the table. I love it. I love
Kings and queens and I know.
Melinda says, I want to know of my dragon because I know one is with me. Ooh, is anyone up for that?
Ooh, I think that's Jen's department, the dragon name.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you give a message from the dragon while I get the name for Melinda? Does that sound
That
like the
works.
plan? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, because I need a minute, and then I always look it up on my on the phone to get the name meaning. So you go first.
Excellent. Sure. Yeah. You know what? You're Melinda. Sometimes they have a sense of humor, because dragons are right. Like they represent the sacred anger, sacred anger, right? Like the sacred anger, that anger that tells us when someone's crossed a line or been pushed too far. And in your particular case, your dragon is showing up like a baseball umpire, right? Like that one that's like, nope, strike, or ball, it's outside the strike zone. So yeah, your dragon is showing up very much like a baseball umpire, right? Keeping everyone in check, making sure everyone's playing by the rules, making sure that the fans are staying safe. So it's got this energy, not so much of like, fury or, huge anger, but more that side of setting clear boundaries and keeping everyone safe and making sure that everyone is playing the game in exactly the right way. And so from that, it first also wants to acknowledge you, and how much you do your best to play by the rules, and you do your best to keep everyone safe and to make sure that everyone's playing fairly. And that's actually the word that's coming through most strongly right now, is that sense of fairness. And so acknowledging your sense of fairness and righteousness and rightness in the world. So part of the way that it protects you is it helps you with that really fine-tuned sense of right and wrong, right? Like if somebody's starting to veer outside of what's true and correct and right, that it's part of what sort of gets that guard up, like, someone's getting a little wobbly in the way that they're treating me, or somebody's stepping a little bit outside those bounds. So I'll stop right there. But the quick message from all of that is simply that continue to stand up, be a stand for what's true, what's right, and playing by the rules. That's one of the gifts that you bring to the world, and it works closely with. And that anger that comes from people operating outside of the realm of right and wrong, that's uniquely in the way that he pairs with you.
Okay,
how you doing, Jen? You got one?
I'm good. No, I'm ready to go. It was like the timing was just perfect. It's like as soon as you stopped talking, I was like ready to go. Okay. So Melinda, the name that I got for you, that I channeled for you, is Henry. And a lot of us would know that to mean ruler of the home, king of the house. If we go into more of the biblical definition or symbolization, meaning it goes into leadership and faithfulness, which I know you would understand. Going a little bit deeper, it can translate to God is gracious, God's gift, and symbolizes connecting to the divine. And so with that kind of ruler king energy, it would match what Shannon was bringing to you, of bringing that, that strength and that power when you are needing to kind of stand your ground, stand up for yourself, and have that kind of like, fiery power to help you keep moving forward as you are really starting to shine your light and spread your wings out into this world too. Reminding you that this spirit is also a gift from God for you as well too. So I actually can see the beautiful crown and wanting to kind of place it on your head, to remind you of your glory too. And I will say a little wink from your mama is coming through too, with a lot of purple and red energy swirling around. And she's very delighted. And you know where she's going to be tomorrow, everybody, on Sunday service to come support
so excited
her daughter.
For that, Melinda.
To come support her daughter. So it was very exciting. Yeah. So thank you, Melinda.
All right.
Hey, how about let's see, hearts. There's lots of hearts. I'm making sure I'm sharing all the hearts.
Thank you all for putting the little heart button, the reaction button too, and for your sharing and your comments and all of that good stuff. It appreciates it. Helps us to reach more people. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, everybody. If you want to do one quick closing, you can do a group collective message, or one before we go. Why not share the love, right? Melinda says, "Thank you. I now know who Henry is since his name. Mama is excited. Thank you, Jennifer Rose." rooting her on for tomorrow as
I
well.
know. That's the best.
Oh my goodness. It's my mom's birthday. Nancy.
Oh,
Hello, Nancy, by
Nancy,
the way.
yay.
Been
Oh,
wanting to say
we got
hi to her. We've been
we're
just,
gonna have all the mom energy in the house tomorrow. So Nancy is on for the love of spirit as well, everybody. So excited about that too. So it's gonna be a really fun day. Can we also talk about our charity event before we do the collective message, Kelly?
yeah, absolutely. Hi, Jesse. Yes.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, let's talk about it. So Monday night, this is in a couple days, coming right on up around the corner from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are going to be having a night of hope and healing, and that's a Zoom event. So it's a Zoom event, and we have 6 mediums giving messages. We have Steve Spur, we have Fran Pearce, we have Jennifer Rose, we have Nancy Maratala, we have myself, we have Michael Christopher. And so everyone's coming together, and 100% of the proceeds are going towards the Humane Society of Pasadena and also direct relief for the wildfires fund. And it's to help California. So people are still going through it. Animals are still displaced. People are still putting their lives back together. So everything does truly help. If you have $1 or if you have, $50, whatever feels right, we're happy to have you. And it's a 2-hour event, and there's a lot of wonderful messages and mediums ready to serve and to connect to your loved ones and connect to you. So if that's something you want to be a part of, whether it's being someone who donates or coming in for a reading, the ticket price is really what you make it, and we would love to have you. So,
And did they go to your kellybrickle.com to access the donation button and sign up? It's pretty
yes,
easy.
please.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer's guiding me. I appreciate it.
You don't
So
have a
yes.
lot going on or anything.
No, you're helping. Thank you so much. To be a part of the Zoom event on Monday night, you are going to just go to one of our social medias to see where you can click to get into buying your tickets. You can go to kellybrickle.com. I have a landing page. It's the first one that comes up. There's only one page. It's very simple, as well as you can click the link for donation PayPal to this event. So yes, you can find us very easily, and you can come direct to me too as well if you need to make it even easier at kellybrickle.com. So please join us and reach out if you have any questions. We are really, really looking forward to serving. As well, I want to announce for the love of spirit, Jennifer, I'm going to give it over to you, and we have Melinda, who's in the comments, who's going to be a wonderful medium for tomorrow.
Yay. Yeah, we're so excited that Melinda's going to be our guest medium too, and she's getting a chance to spread her wings even bigger, my darling. So we're very happy for you and excited. And I do this service every 2 weeks. And I started it a few years ago. It's a place where we all come together for love. And we've got Team Angel, which is Fran and Kelly and Nancy. And we come on every 2 weeks and work together. And there's healing, there's mediumship, there's inspiration. So Melinda will be a speaker, and she will be our medium too tomorrow. And Melinda, you've got a lot of friends. They all been signing up for you. So you're going to have so much support in the house. So I'm really excited. And you can go to mediumjenniferrose.com to sign up. It's free or donation. You just have to kind of follow the little steps to sign up. And the Zoom, it's on Zoom. It will show up in your inbox tomorrow. So just know you'll get a confirmation email, you get a reminder email, and you'll get the Zoom link in the reminder email tomorrow. So we would love to see you. It's all about love there. So if you're looking for a place about an hour and a half just to spend in the loving energy like that, it's a good place to come. So you're all welcome too. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. So Sunday service tomorrow and Monday, the demonstration. Please come and join us. There's a lot of love and healing to be had. And just to announce too as well, later today, we're going to be on Sacred Spiral debuting a Donna Bond show, Spiritual Ambition, and that's at 2:22, a true angel master vibration number as we're in this February 22 energy today. We are debuting her show. And so she is a coach and she leads women as well as men to empowerment and their divine wisdom and power. So please come on by. We have another show coming up, and that is at 2:22 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Spiritual Ambition. So I'm going to hand it back over to you, ladies. If you'd like to do a closing message, or if you feel guided for any quick ones, we will share some love before we go.
Yeah. I have a quick one.
I was gonna say, I think Fran, this feels like this feels like you, Fran.
My wand is flying out of my hand. For Vladimir, I have a quick aspect for you. I've seen a list of to-do type of things to achieve this lifetime, and I see it very strongly in ink, and it's check, and it just keeps rolling in there, keeps on going. But you know what the message is? The song "Merrily We Roll Along, Roll Along, Roll Along." So you know what? Let the list go. It'll all take care of itself just by living the life. So merrily we roll along, Vladimir. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful. Shannon, your turn.
Yeah, I'm just hearing that message from the fairies. They're showing me the sunshine, and that just global reminder, right? That when the stresses of life get you down, when pressures feel like too much, that the outdoors, the being outside in nature, feeling that fairy and elemental energy outside is always available to you as a wonderful way to reset the system and bring back the energy and that resilience to go back at it again on Monday morning. But yeah, to get yourself outside to help with that reset, that they'll be there for you to help you play and enjoy and experience the magic of the outdoors.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to do that today.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I was feeling Archangel Gabriel and Haniel coming in just to remind us to stay true to our hearts and try as best we can in this realm of duality to stay in our heart space. And they're showing me if we can just imagine every little step being a little step of golden light where we're walking with love. And that will help us to stay in that space, and reminding us that they are all there for us, and they are helping to add that love to ours, because in the togetherness, it's much more powerful. So that's what I was feeling for you too, and a little bit of the whimsical energy kind of coming in with the elementals and the nature spirits and the fairies. They're showing me kind of like Candyland, as if there were all these little like lollipops and things like that all over with the pretty flowers, and it's like they're just kind of hopping, and they're just like doing little peekaboos, and they're just saying, we're here to help you not take life so seriously. So look for us.
Lollipop.
So reminding us not to take it so seriously. It's over in the blink of an eye, and next thing we know, we're in a different space.
Yep. Merrily we roll along.
Exactly.
Yeah. Aw.
Okay, everybody. Thank you. Elves are a blast, Jessie. I love that. that's I would love for you, yes, to talk about elves the next time you come around. We just have all these beings ready to be acknowledged, right? And all these curiosities. I love it. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Shannon, for being here. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
thank you so much, Kelly.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to be announcing the show. It will be coming March 15th, Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Pacific. Please join us for our debut show. It's in just a couple of weeks. The magic is amongst us. I'm going to hand it
That it
off.
is.
Yes, I'm going to hand it off finally to you ladies. Please wish your well wishes, and we will see you then on March 15th.
And thank you,
you so
Kelly,
much
for
for
all of
being
your hard work for all of us, Kelly. We really appreciate you greatly. So lots of
Yeah.
love to everybody. Love you, Shannon. Love you, Fran. I want to say
Thank you,
Fairy Fran.
everyone.
Love you, Kelly. Big
Yeah,
hugs
thank you,
to all
thank
of you
you.
here. Thank you for hanging with us for this last hour. We love you very much.
See you soon, everyone. Thank you, thank you.
Very, very, very fun and frolic to everybody. Don't forget the lightness. When you're feeling heavy, remember the lightness and bring that into. It's there.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.